Well, hello everybody, and welcome back. Sorry about the disruption. While we were on a little break there, I did actually send my candle flying and put wax all over the place. So I've just been cleaning that up a bit, but we're back. Boaty's back. Here we go. He's got the man himself is back now. Shall we continue with any comments, or do you want to say anything before I do so, Boaty?
No, go with the comments. Sorry about that, folks. It's yeah. It's what can you do? What can you do? I mean,
oh yeah. So we're having to cancel number of the week this week due to some technical difficulties, but don't worry, it will be back next week.
Okay, I'll try not to worry.
So yes, Matron has kindly saved the comments that had been left on the previous live stream, so we'll quickly run through them, and then maybe we'll do another feature. So where were we?
We were all queuing up to shag Angela Rayner, basically.
You were, yes, you were. Oh, and somebody had said 69. And Matron says 69. My ex always used to say, I prefer a 68 and I owe you one.
Well, hang on a minute. Didn't you say that whoever it was it Jimmy Quinn who came up with 69?
Yes. Oh, yes, he's the understudy.
Yeah, exactly. So let's go with 69.
Right. So, Jimmy, I'll do, in the absence of him calling in, I'll do an impression. Are you ready? Right.
Yeah.
Here we go. 69. Thanks, Jimmy. Right. Does your menu go up to number 69?
Oh, it goes beyond.
What number does it go up to?
It goes up to 160.
All right. So, psychic Gypsy Lemon is here.
I tell a lie. It goes up to 208.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, Gypsy Lemon is going to try and predict what's on the menu. So here we go, 69.
Well, hang on. I feel that I should give you a bit of a clue.
Oh, well, has it got beef in it?
No.
Okay. Give me a clue then.
It hasn't got beef in it. Okay. It is a chicken dish. It is a chicken dish.
Right.
And it is, right, this might help. Hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It is the 5th chicken dish on the menu.
Right.
Now,
so I'm getting garlic.
Shall I give you the first 4 chicken dishes?
Has it got cashew nuts in it?
Right. I'm going to give you the first 4 chicken dishes. Okay?
Okay.
So,
okay.
You've got chicken with mushrooms. Can you acknowledge that you've received that?
I'm receiving loud and clear, Boaty.
Chicken with pineapple.
Receiving loud and clear.
Chicken chop suey.
Receiving loud and clear.
Chicken with bamboo shoots and water chestnuts.
It's that one.
Then we've got 69, and then it's followed by chicken with mixed vegetables.
Okay.
So it comes in between chicken with mixed vegetables and chicken with bamboo shoots and water chestnuts.
See, I was actually going to say chicken with the cashew nuts or some kind of nuts or chestnuts. Has it got cashew nuts? Is it chicken with cashew nuts?
No.
Oh, well, I don't know then. Sorry. End of that picture. It's not sweet and sour chicken, is it?
You're right.
Oh my God! You know I was going to say that, but then I thought no, it doesn't. It doesn't fit in with the theme.
No, I mean you're right that it's not.
Right. Okay. I don't think I'm going to get there. So you haven't got me there, Boaty. So you'll have to tell me what it is.
Are you sure? I'm going to try and transmit it to you.
Okay. No, it's not working. You'll have to just tell me what it is.
It's chicken in black bean sauce.
Oh, I knew it. I was going to say that. No, I didn't know. No, I wasn't. Well, okay. I'll just finish with these comments, and then let's do another feature.
Okay.
Because I would like to do one of the new feature next, please. um, so Sophie says, sorry, Neil. Sorry, everyone. Neil is at work. I've tried to call him. It's not a problem, Sophie. I thought he was ready, which is why we did the feature, but it isn't a problem. If he's busy, numbers aren't his priority. I think it's a little bit selfish of Neil to be, saving people on the road when he should be, putting the number as a priority. But, there you go.
Punching gibbons.
And punching gibbons in pickup trucks. Yeah, don't worry, Sophie, it's fine. And Matron says, no worries, you can call in Sophie to give us a number, but, Jimmy Quinn's done it. Peter P says that the auto mod silenced Boaty when we lost the sound, when Neil called in. And I'm ticking, so excuse my head flopping all over the place. Andrew Butter Geek says, bear with slight technical difficulties. And Matron says, oh, Boaty, where did you be? And Matron said that Neil called in and dropped the call, and it didn't come back last week. But, we're here now, so let's not worry about it. So that is the comments that were left, and we've got a whole bunch of new comments. Would you like me to do the comments, or shall we go with the new feature?
I will whiz through the comments very quickly. Captain Mustard says, oh dear, best call Alan. Jimmy Quinn says, what a cock-up. Matron says, evening, here we go for the mad stuff. It's not a live show if there's no technical issues. Professional, bosh, says Andrew. Good thing there was a new disinterested car girl video for this person, for this interlude, says Peter P. Matron's almost finished a bottle of wine, and now she knows what it must have been like for her dad working for BBC Drama in the 70s and 80s. Why don't he turn off the phone, says Jimmy Quinn? Because, Jimmy, the phone that Neil was ringing on is my personal phone. None of you lot know the number. I thought it was safe. I'm filming on my personal phone. Neil was supposed to ring on the show number, which is this phone. He rang my personal number because we're friends. He's got it. And that's what knocked the live off. I had no idea he was going to do that, obviously. So that's why I didn't turn it off, because that's the phone that I'm filming on. Welcome back, says Matron. On-air talent has gone downhill since Dave Allen left, says Andrew, and he's got a point, to be fair. More numbers than the Kama Sutra, says Andrew. Chicken with mushrooms, says Matron. That's my guess. Jimmy Quinn guesses chicken in black bean sauce, and he nailed it. Jimmy Quinn not only gave us the number of the week, but he then... So, Jimmy Quinn, you have been usurped, Emmels. You have been usurped.
Hang on. How do we know there isn't... Is there not cheating going on here? Does he have a copy of this menu?
No.
Okay, just checking.
This is a menu for one of my local Chinese takeaways. Jimmy Quinn lives miles away. There's no way he could have known. He has just got better psychic powers than you. And right. Let's talking about cheating going on, M11. Let's just point out that Jimmy Quinn got the correct dish purely through psychic powers. You failed to get the correct dish, despite the fact that I messaged you telling you what it was.
No, you did not, did you?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't see that.
You great lollipopping muppet.
Sorry.
So that's it. You're sacked as psychic of the week. So next week, folks, you heard it here first. There will be a new feature. Jimmy Quinn's psychic moment.
I like the title of that, actually.
Because, I mean, he's just proved himself. He's proved himself. And, I mean, you've just failed massively.
Well, dear. I'm so sorry I let you down, Boaty.
Yeah, I was right, says Jimmy. Well done, Jimmy, says Matron. What does Jimmy win, asks Peter P? A free 69, says Andrew. Jimmy wins the scent of mustard's latest trump, says Matron. And Matron is laughing her bottom off at the new feature, Gypsy Quinn's psychic moments. We're keeping that. I'm screenshotting that. And I have a private message from the producer on behalf of Mary Huff Management, saying squeak of the week when you can, please. So, Emmels, it's over to you.
Okay, well, we'll go with squeak of the week as Matron is wanting that straight away. So, if you tuned in last week, you will remember that Captain Mustard was the winner of the squeak of the week. So, let's find out who it was this week. And the winner is, play the theme tune.
Have I got a theme tune?
Yeah,
yes, I
last
have.
week. You loved it last week.
Here it is. Here it is. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Here we go. Here we go.
Oh yeah, it's a squeak of the week.
And the winner is.
Oh yeah, it's a squeak of the week.
I gave you a different jingle to play whenever you wanted to.
Yeah, it's a squeak of the week.
I specifically wrote a different jingle for you to play at any time you wanted, so you wouldn't abuse the other jingles.
Yeah, but this is squeak of the week. We're still in it.
I think that we've established. Yeah, we've established that, but just let me know when you're ready.
I'm ready.
I don't believe you.
No, seriously, I'm ready.
Put that hand away then. Put the hand away. The other one.
This one.
Yes. Right. And the winner. Behave yourself. Getting upset with you now. And the winner is.
Oh, do you want me to play the winner before you announce it, or do you want to announce it?
Well, okay. Last week we announced it, but is it funnier to announce it first, or for people to guess who it is?
Oh, let's do that. Shall I play it?
Okay. Right. Here is the squeak of the week. Take it away, Boaty.
Here it comes.
Yes, and it was real, and I didn't have to make Bonsoir, Monsieur Tracy.
Although I didn't unmute that as quickly as I could have. Let me play it again for you.
Okay, are we ready? Are we ready for the first? Yes, and it was real, and I didn't have to make a smell in the kitchen.
Quite a subtle one.
Monsieur Tracy, Mistress Tracy.
That was quite subtle, wasn't it?
It sounded a bit like a cat purring. It sort of went. But yes, can anybody guess who it was that won the squeak of the week this week?
I've got no idea.
Well, Captain Mustard said he reckons it's him.
Well, given that it was you actually talking, Mustard, then yeah, you would. That was kind of a giveaway, wasn't it?
So, Captain Mustard, you have won this week's squeak of the week.
Oh yeah, it's a squeak of the week.
Well done, Captain Mustard.
So that he continues to be reigning champion 2 weeks running.
He does, yes.
Oh yeah, it's a squeak of the week.
Well,
so, yes,
congratulations to Captain Mustard, who wins Squeak of the Week this week, which is, of course, the award for the best bottom burp that has been broadcast via the medium of YouTube over the last 7 days. And that was a Squeak of the Week that was actually personalised to Matron on Captain Mustard's live stream. So well done, you massive, wonderfully farting, disgusting, smelly bastard.
Well done, Mustard.
Well deserved. Well deserved. And can we all just send our thoughts and prayers, please, to Mrs. Mustard, who we all know and love as wife, who has to share a bed with that smelly ass dingleberry.
While we are saying our prayers, I would like to move on, please, to our new feature. Is this acceptable to you?
Yeah, please do.
Well, we have got a new feature, and it is entitled... We have.
Oh, okay.
So you're going to have to do some work here, Boaty.
Oh, God.
Because it is entitled Confessions with the Reverend Boaty. And there is a jingle amongst your little collection there, Boaty.
What have I got to confess?
Right, before you run the jingle, I'll just...
It was me.
Before you run the jingle, I will just explain what it's about. So,
okay.
Boaty is the Reverend Boaty, as we all know, and he's going to be taking your confession. So, if you have anything you need to confess, you can call him on 07391 175 856, and not any other number. Otherwise, you'll be knocking the live stream off again.
Yeah.
And he will take your confession. So, could we please, if you ever come back to your seat, could we please run the jingle for that one then, Boaty?
Certainly, absolutely, I'm all over.
Right, let's hands together, everybody.
My God, dear God, is confession with the Reverend Boaty. Barman, Bodo, Boyosy.
Right, so in the absence of anybody...
Dear God, is confession with the Reverend Boaty. Barman, Bodo, Boyosy. My God, dear God, is confession with the Reverend Boaty. Barman, Bodo, Boyosy.
Bless you, my children.
My God, dear God, is confession with the Reverend Boaty. Barman, Bodo, Boyosy.
Well, before anybody calls in, I actually have a confession, Boaty.
Oh, okay.
So, Reverend Boaty, I hope you're ready for this.
I'm listening, my child.
Now, I don't know if you're going to believe this.
I probably will. It's kind of part of the job description.
Well, I'm really sorry to have to say this to you, but I think it was me who killed Rod Hull.
What?
It was me. Can I explain what happened?
Please do.
Okay.
And
right,
obviously, everything that goes on here between us is sacrosanct.
Yeah. Please don't tell anybody. Like, don't put it out live on the internet or anything.
No. I'm calling the police.
So I'll tell you what happened. It was the year 1999, the year I married Mr. Lemon.
Oh,
and in the run, yes, and in the months running up to our wedding, I thought he might be getting cold feet, so I wanted to be a bit more adventurous, and I suggested to him that we might try some dagging. So he agreed, and we went on the website Daggers R Us. No, Daggers. Plenty of Daggers was the website. Which is pod for short. And this really nice gentleman contacted us, and it turned out to be Rod Hull. And he said that would be welcome to go into the surrounds of his Sussex home and do some dagging there. And he said he would climb up onto his roof to watch. So, Mr. Lemon was completely unaware of this. He just knew we were going to do dagging, but he didn't know that I found somebody through Plenty of Daggers. So we got the bus and we turned up in the grounds of his cottage, and we, were getting down to it. And just as I was reaching, the point of no return, there was suddenly this huge thud, scream and a thud. And I thought, I just knew what happened. And I said to Mr. Lemon, right, that's it. I've reached the point of no return. We're done. Let's get out of here. And well, basically, I tried to forget it, but the scream and the thud has never left my brain. So, basically, if I hadn't been on Plenty of Daggers, then Rod Hull wouldn't have been on the roof that night watching, and he would still be alive today. So yeah, that's my confession.
Well, thank you, firstly. And I understand that the guilt must have weighed heavily upon you since that time.
It did.
But remember, my child, you were not alone. And it was not only you that Rod Hull was watching on that roof. Giles Brandreth was there. Let's not forget that. He's admitted to it on live television. And at the time where Mr. Lemon was, quite frankly, poking you, let's not forget what you were doing to Giles Brandreth at the other end of your body.
I didn't want anybody to find out about that.
Yeah, well, that's perfectly understandable. I mean, there's no shame. There is no shame in sharing yourself with Giles Brandreth, or indeed the peer of the realm who was also involved and has also taken responsibility in public. So ultimately, I would say two things to you. One, the responsibility does not lie on your shoulders or Minge alone. There were other people involved. And two is that Rod Hull made his own decision. You did not ask him to view from the roof. He could have watched from his terrace, from his patio. He could have come and sat in the back seat of your Austin Maestro. But what happened, happened. Feel no guilt, my child, because God forgives all. God was watching. God saw what happened.
No!
And God will not judge you in terms of being the cause of Rod Hull's death. He might possibly judge you for, frankly, sucking off Giles Brandreth while Mr. Lemon was beavering away in the hairy clunge department. But that's between you and God, and you can discuss that at the pearly gates when you meet him. And God is all about forgiveness combined with vengeance. So ultimately, I'm going to say 10 Hail Marys and 12 Hail Brandreths, and 6 Hail Giles, and be at peace.
Thank you so much, Reverend Boaty. It's something that has been, playing on my mind all these years, but I'm so glad I came to confession tonight. So
Perfectly
thanks very much.
Perfectly
Thank you.
understandable. Now,
would you like to
go in peace.
Thank you. And would you like to play the jingle again?
Certainly.
Thank you.
Dear God, it's confession with the Reverend Boaty, Barman, Bondo, Boaty.
I hope everybody enjoyed that new feature. And if anybody else has a confession to make to the Reverend Boaty, there's still time to ring in.
I'm here for you, my children.
And the number is 07391 175 856 and not Boaty's own private number.
Yes. It's my private number. Number for money. I'll do what you want me to do. Hello.
Yes!
Here we go. Here we go. Let's get the old speakerphone on. Good evening, unknown random Captain Mustard. Hello, Captain. I'm very well. How are you?
I just thought I'd best tell you, it's me that stole your dog collar.
Oh, is it? Is it? Right.
I put it on my dog.
Yes.
And then my dog went off.
Right. Okay.
So I owe you a dog collar.
You do. What about the pottering harness?
That's it.
Well, my pottering harness has gone missing as well. Would that have anything to do with you and your dog?
Yeah, that was me.
That was you as well, was it?
Yeah.
Right.
Don't worry about it. I've got you another one.
You've got me another one. Is it a full size? Is it a full size pottering harness?
Well, you can't use it on a Great Dane longer, but Labrador, yeah.
You sound like such a pervert. You've got the perfect pervert voice there. Oh, hang on. Right, my child. Well, I think that God will look down and he will see you taking my dog collar as your way of acknowledging your awareness of the Lord and his power and the fact that, he sent you to earth and you were crucified for our sins and all of that sort of thing.
I don't care about that.
But I am getting a message from the Lord, and he does say that in his
Don't be like twat.
yeah he's just saying that he would like you to stop shagging dogs. Quite honestly.
Oh, I have stopped. I have stopped. I think it was a bad habit.
Yeah. It's not nice, is it?
No, we both know it's not. We made a pact together, didn't we?
We did. Oh God, I'll never forget that night. Oh dear me. Honestly, to this day, on Mondays when we're together, I can't look at your face without remembering poor old Bonzo's ruptured sphincter.
Me neither.
Yeah.
And Bonzo, well, he was a good dog, wasn't
he? He was.
He didn't deserve that.
He didn't.
It was one thing, right? If I didn't tolerate with mine.
Yeah.
You being competitive and finding the bigger stick, something else.
Yeah.
Oh no, you naughty boy, Boaty.
I'm a bad dog, aren't I? And I should be punished.
Oh, you're a bad dog, all right.
Oh, but please, not the pottering harness again. Please, not the pottering harness again.
Yeah, God. You just have to come back, okay?
I'll see you next Monday.
Okay.
And I'd just like to apologise to God and, well, Bonzo.
That's more like it. I've
Yeah.
called up to get you to apologise in your own confession.
I confess, Camp Damp Jesus. Please forgive me.
Oh, yes.
He's just gone. I can't cope with this. I can't do it. Mustard's too convincing.
Well, I was believing every word he said.
So was I. I'm feeling guilty now. Oh, poor old Bonzo. No, that's it. I'm done. I'm finished. I can't go with mustard after midnight.
Would you like to play the feature out with the song again, or do you think that would just send you completely over the edge?
I can't be doing with any more of that. Have we done with all of the features now? Is that it?
I think so. Let me just check my jingle list. That might help. So let's have a look. I'm a jingle list. So we've done Mustard Beats Boaty, birthdays, Wine O'Clock News, Squeak of the Week, John Studley Award, Confessions of the Reverend Boaty. Yeah, we've done all the features. So I think we've got quite a lot of comments, though, to catch up on.
Oh, you go for it. I need to go and be broken for a minute and have a cigarette.
Boaty's just going to get broken in. And let's have a look.
It's that
oh, my God.
voice. It's the voice. I can't cope with it. Yeah.
It sounds right filthy, doesn't it? It sounds right filthy.
We made a pact, didn't we? We made a pact. It's too real. He freaks me out. It's too real.
Right. Anyway, I don't think we've even read any comments since we came back. Have we actually? We did read a few.
I read some.
Right. So people were guessing what the Chinese thing was. Jimmy was amazed. Well, people were amazed that Jimmy was right. Andrew Buttigieg says. So I was just checking my microphone was on. Andrew Buttigieg says that Jimmy wins. He should get a free number 369. And Matron says that he wins the scent of mustard. We've read that one. I remember that. Sorry. We haven't been at the comments for a while, so I've forgotten. Captain Mustard said he almost finished editing my video while waiting. And Peter P says, from your jar that you keep in the cupboard, as in the jar of trumps. It was in love, but it was gas. Soon found out how to jar of trumps. And Matron says, yep, I've cracked it open. Oh, have you, Trace? And she also says she was laughing at Gypsy Quinn's psychic moments.
Hang on. Did you just say, did I just hear you right?
What did you think I said?
Something about, I thought it was love, I thought it was a gas. I soon found out it was a jar of trumps.
Yeah. Was the love and it was gas. Soon found out it was a jar of trumps.
Doesn't even rhyme. Debbie Harry would be turning in a grave.
I was actually thinking of that song, Jar of Hearts. But, I got it mixed up with Heart of Glass. So.
Right.
Matron's laughing at you repeatedly playing the one of the jingles over and over again. And she says she loves your enthusiasm for the jingles. She was crying. She says more jingles. And Andrew Buttigieg says the childlike innocence of Boaty. Captain Mustard was reckoning that the squeak of the week was him, and he's being congratulated. And other people, congratulate him. Matron says, I have to listen to these farts of mustard repeatedly to make sure it's the bestest one. Andrew Buttigieg's Dutch oven. And Matron says he's all over that for the next 5 minutes now, meaning the jingle, presumably. And Project Nigel says, can I phone in a confession? Well, he did. So it was a good one. More of that next time, Mustard. Thanks very much. Andrew Buttigieg says, get the flock out, and says, yes, Mustard, please confess your sins, which he did. Matron said, please do. And Matron said, she's laughing that you said you were going to call the police on me. And she says she's deceased. When Matron says she's deceased, you know that you've, achieved your goal with her. Well, that doesn't work very well, actually, because if you're in bed with her and you know that you've achieved your goal when she is deceased, that's a bit worrying, actually.
Yeah, but if she's saying that she's deceased, then
that's okay then.
How's that for you, darling? Well, I am deceased. Oh, marvellous. Well, if you are deceased, I will desist. That was quite good.
It was reasonable for this time of night, I suppose.
Yeah, that's what I
thought. Matron is laughing at plenty of daggers, and she says,
Jesus... me, Matron. Yes? Has the train arrived in Paddington yet? No, I'm afraid it's in Colchester. Ouch. Oh, hold on. Has the train arrived in Paddington now, Matron? Yes, I am deceased. Marvellous. Well done.
Well, she also says, Jesus, someone bury me. And Andrew Buttigieg says, he is everywhere, meaning God, our Lord, of course. Amen, he says.
Yeah, totally.
And Raymond says, or Ramen, I don't know how to pronounce that one, but somebody
Ramen.
says, Ramen, yes. Project Nigel says, forgiveness combined with vengeance.
It's the way forward.
Andrew Buttigieg said, did I just have a religious experience? And Rachel says, I feel deeply moved, Andrew. What are you two getting on with? And Andrew Buttigieg's laughing at the pottering harness. And Matron says, suddenly the Reverend remembers he's not supposed to be being Judgy McJudgy. And Matron said, they had a pact to stop with the dags. Andrew Buttigieg says, "Does your dog bite?" And Matron says, "This is too
Hold on,
pervy
hold
for
on,
me."
hold on. You've just gone past an amazing line there. Right, that is a reference. Now, regular viewers know that I love a reference to a classic TV show or movie, and that's exactly what Andrew has just done there. That is a Pink Panther reference. Inspector Clouseau. Does your dog bite? No, my dog does not bite. Nice doggy. Woof, bite. But you said your dog does not bite. That is not my dog. Well done, Andrew. I got it, mate. It went
I
over her
apologise.
head. She didn't
It
have a
did.
clue.
Well, I'm young, you know. I'm a lot younger than you, so I don't get these references.
You're not that much younger than me, mate.
Matron says, "This is a bit too pervy for me." Laughed my anal orifice away.
Bloody hell, that's saying something.
It is.
I've never known anybody as perverted as your sister. I mean, she's like Premier League pervert. Do you know anybody more perverted than your sister? Not including yourself, obviously.
Yeah, I'm probably am equally as pervy as her, but I just keep mine a little bit more under wraps, just a little bit.
But sadly, not when Rod Hull is around.
No, poor Rod.
God, imagine that was the last thing he saw before he fell to his death.
Oh yeah, well, isn't that a nice way to go, though? Actually, now I feel a lot better thinking that. Actually, that there's what if he was actually adjusting his TV aerial? That's really dull and boring. But what a fantastic way for him to have gone. So actually, I probably gave him a bit of pleasure. It was probably as he reached his climax that he slipped.
Oh, probably, because you wouldn't be concentrating on your footing, would you?
No, not at all. And he was probably jerking around all over the roof.
Yeah, that's exactly how I fell off Liverpudlian.
Oh yeah, he was probably doing the ram and sidestep or whatever it's called.
The ram and sidestep. Side shuffle and ram.
He said, "I've created a new dance there. Darling, should we do the ram and sidestep?" Right, so
when you come to the restaurant, I'll introduce you to ram and we'll see how the sidestep goes.
Oh, God help me.
God help Ram. You're the pervert.
I'll behave myself, I promise.
That's a relief.
For once. Just while I'm at the restaurant. Only while I'm at the restaurant. Anyway, Andrew Buttigieg says the table has turned. Brilliant, Mustard. And Tracy is crying. And Matron goes on to say, "Poor old Bonzo," laughed my anal orifices away. "Boaty is broke." And Andrew Buttigieg says, "Bonzo." Matron says, "No mustard after midnight." She was laughing at you saying that. And she says, "Gives me a chance to stop crying." Oh, God, that was excellent. John Stoodley is here. John Stoodley, the man of the award himself.
Hold on. I'll do it. Where is it? Here we go. It's coming, Mrs. It's just for you, John.
Stoodley. It's the John Stoodley Award. Stoodley.
Good evening, John, the man himself. The award was named after this amazing gentleman. Good evening, John Stoodley. He said,
Stoodley. It's the John Stoodley Award. Stoodley.
And he says, "Hey, chat. Hey, Emma and Boaty."
Hey, John.
And Matron says, "Emma."
Stoodley. It's the John Stoodley Award. Stoodley.
Yes, and Matron says, "And Emma, does our northern aunt's lesbian voice?" You put some lesbians in Ebden Bridge, you know. And Matron says, "Hi, John. You missed the award being given." He did miss the award. He did miss the award being given, but at least he's here now, and he's got to enjoy his personalised jingle. Which, you know, what more could a guy want at 20 past midnight?
Not
And
much.
John's John Studley says, "Sorry, Tracy." And Matron says, "God, I love hour 3 on Mondays," which is great to hear. And my chat has gone bonkers. So, I'm nearly there. Right. And but Andrew Buttigieg says Blondie, which was a reference to that song I sung a minute ago. Mighty Quinn says gin and tonic slice of lime time. And Andrew Buttigieg says, "Thanks, Boaty. Word for word correct. My favourite Pink Panther scene."
I got it. I was there. I was with you, my brother.
Matron is quite liking the reference to Premier League pervert.
Yeah, well,
And
you are.
and Andrew Buttigieg says jerking around, which was, you know, what Rod Hull was doing on his roof. And Andrew Buttigieg says, synchronized willy waving, which is what I think we were doing a minute ago, although I didn't realize we were in sync. So that was quite, you know, well timed. And John Studley saying hello to Andrew and Jimmy. And I've reached the end of the comments.
And on that note, I think that we should wrap this one up at, I think 12:30 would be a good time to bugger off, wouldn't it?
You're the boss.
Yes, because I'm quite tired and I've got curry to eat and things like that. And I'm sure you've got things or possibly people to do. And I'm sure other people have got things to do as well. And we have worked through the comments and we've done most awfully well there. So let's have a little recap, shall we? What's happened tonight? Well, we had the Wine o'Clock news, which was bad news for me with regard to Claudia Winkleperson. We had Confessions with Reverend Boaty, which quite honestly broke me. We had the John Studley Award, which was won by Tracy Pattison. Well done to you. You are the reigning champion. We had Squeak of the Week, which was won for the second week on the bounce by our own Captain Mustard, with a splendid example of publicised, broadcast, public flatulence. So well done to you, reigning champion again, going on to week 3. We had the Wine o'Clock news. I've done that. Why have I got that twice? I did that. Squeak of the Week, I've done that. We have had a birthday in the community, and it was Pocahontas 100, I think, who quite honestly buggered off about 3 hours ago. But a very happy birthday to them. Mustard did indeed ring in to beast me and did a splendid job of doing so. We look forward to next week. We welcomed 5 new channel members. What else have we done?
Well, I think you've rounded it up quite well. I mean, one thing we didn't do, but obviously
we had number of the week.
We did number of the week.
Which,
the psychic Jimmy Quinn's psychic moment. Yeah.
So we had number of the week, which this week going forward for the next 7 days, the number of the week is 69. We have a new feature, Gypsy Quinn's psychic moment, where Gypsy Quinn will, freakishly get something. And Neil has commented and said, well, it's a bit late for your number of the week, Neil. And Neil says, I did try to call him, but it wouldn't connect. I don't know what was going on. What was going on, Neil, was that instead of calling the show phone, which Emma did give out and remind you was the number to call, you rang my personal number. And I was filming this live stream on my personal number phone, like I did last week when you were here. And unfortunately, you killed the live stream and we had to start a new one. But never mind. Jimmy Quinn stepped in and gave us a number.
The understudy. Jimmy Quinn's now your understudy, Neil, so don't worry about it.
Oh, we didn't do nasal head of the week, did we?
No, but I didn't do a jingle for it, and I didn't know if it, if we've got any energy left for it.
Well, I mean, I was thinking about this earlier because I was recording a video for YouTube with Captain Mustard, and I happened to notice that his nasal hair, I've never looked before. I've just thought, well, he's got a moustache. But because he won the award last week for Nasal Hair of the Week award, I was looking at his nasal hair, and it is what I would term as, frankly, excessive.
Well, okay. Well, I mean, he would definitely win this week if we wanted to run that feature, but
Shall we just say that he is still deservedly the reigning nasal hair champion?
yes, I think that's a good idea. Well done, Captain Mustard. Second
Yeah.
week running. It's just like Jeremy Clarkson for the second week running is second year running was voted the sexiest man for bored housewives to have an affair with. Captain Mustard has won nasal hair of the week for the second week running.
Would you do Clarkson?
No.
No? Oh, go on.
Not even for the fact he's got a farm. No.
Yeah, if you did Clarkson, I might get a chance to have a go on Lisa.
Oh, no. We can have foursome.
Oh, yeah, I'd be up for that.
Oh, we could do that on the camping trip.
Yeah, totally.
Well,
Right.
we'll have to get an email over to him to arrange it.
Well, we'll get our people, Mary Huff Management, to get in touch with his people and set it up.
Brilliant. So we just need a 4-man tent or a 6-man tent to be able to fit you in, and we'll get it arranged.
Clarkson is the same height as me.
All right, we need an 8-man tent then.
And we smoke the same cigarettes.
Oh, that's okay then. So yeah, get it. Mary Huff, matron, can you get on to Clarkson, please? Make a note. Clarkson's farm. Get it arranged for the camping trip, please. Thank you. That'll be sorted. You know she's really good. When you tell matron to do something, she gets on with it. She's always on the job.
She is, isn't she? She is. She's ruthlessly efficient, I would say.
That's why we signed up to her.
Totally. She's in total charge of our careers, and I've never felt in safer and more perverted hands.
All right, should we check if there's any comments have come in? So, Neil tried to give a number of the week too late, which is 114.6. And Project Nigel says, I like that number, Neil. My favourite number is 44,006. I think. I haven't got glasses on. I think it says that. Pocahontas 100 says they're still here. So happy day after your birthday, Pocahontas.
Happy birthday, many happy returns.
Are we going for a jingle again?
No. I've gone off it. I've gone off the jingles. I'm getting ready. I'm keying up Brucey for 1 minute time at 1:30.
I put the birthday glasses on specially. Okay.
Sorry.
You're forgiven. And Neil says, well, you didn't effing tell me. Project Nigel.
I needed to. You broke our live stream, you great Gibbon hating lovely man, you.
He's a very nice man. We can't be too hard on him.
He's a
very nice man. Oh, yeah. Neil, did you save any gibbons tonight, or did you just drive over them?
Or punch them in the head?
Yeah, we need to know this. And Project Nigel says, does anyone know why lesbians like to live in Hebden Bridge? No, but it's my aunt who lives in Yorkshire. She lives in Sowerby Bridge. And she told me, it's about 10 years ago now, because I was up on a visit and she said about going to Hebden Bridge. And she said to me, it's all yuppies and lesbians in Hebden Bridge these days, you know. You don't want to go to Hebden Bridge, it's all yuppies and lesbians. So I don't know. And I thought you, being a northerner, Mustard, would know the answer. So maybe you could find out for next week.
It's a nice place. If I was going to be a lesbian, I can't think of a better place than Hebden Bridge. It's lovely.
We used to go on all our holidays when we were younger to Hebden Bridge, Tracy and I. So we've got it's a soft spot in us for Hebden Bridge.
and for lesbians generally. And hurrah for that. That's what I say.
And Matron says, congratulations on Mustard winning Nose Hair of the Week. Again, probably what she was predicting, and she got it right. And Project Nigel said he's going to set fire to his nasal hair. And Matron said, I'd love to know too about Hebden Bridge lesbians. It weren't like that when I was a kid up there, Nigel. And Andrew Buttigieg says, keys in a bowl. Don't know what that's a reference to, do you?
No, not a clue.
Peter P says, and a game of Twister. And Matron says that she's a very good girl and said, we need to get up to Hebden area soon, Emil. Neil says, I've not saved the gibbon, but I have had a golf drive into the side of me van. No damage to me van, though. Golf's not so lucky. And Matron says, I think I heard a squeak of the week contender there from Boaty. Boaty, did you let one out?
Certainly not, no. My chair did creak a little when I had slight cramp in one buttock, and I adjusted myself slightly and the chair did creak.
Well, can you not adjust yourself live on air, please? That was a bit disgusting.
You didn't even hear it. What are you talking about?
But well, you know that if you did let one out, that Matron will be clipping it. And
I know. That's Matron
and Peter
for
P.
you, isn't it?
Peter P suggests that it was bubble and squeak.
Well, there we are, and I think that's brought us to an end of this doings.
Yes, it has. And what a fantastic night, I have to say. This has been my favourite night so far that I have been co-hosting with you, Boaty. And a lot of that is down to the wonderful community joining in.
It's all down to the wonderful community joining in. And we should thank each and every one of them, but collectively, not individually. That would be too much of a faff.
Thank you, everybody, coming and joining in with all our madness. And thank you for bearing with the technical difficulties once again, which were all Neil's fault.
Oh, totally 100% Neil's fault. And I would like to make that clear. And I would suggest that Neil, next Monday, even if he is on holiday, should ring in to confess.
Yes, definitely. That's what you need to do, Neil. I'm just checking a message from okay. Matron sent a message, but it wasn't anything important. I was just checking that. And she also does say that she needs to relieve herself of liquid.
Oh, right.
And Peter P says, most excellent show tonight. Nighty night. Neil says, sod off the pair of you. That's not nice. I thought you were a very, very nice man. Boaty said you're a very nice man. John Stoodley says, Neil, you great big nice man, mate. And Andrew Buttigieg says, thank you, everyone, Boaty. And got to be Sherry says, I was just going to ask, who won the Rashy Blot contest tonight? Oh, is that the John Stoodley Award?
John Stoodley Award, yeah. It was Tracy Patterson, wasn't it?
It was, yes. I'll just quickly get up the picture so that Sherry can see the entry.
Yeah, please do.
Here we are. Sherry, especially for you, Tracy Patterson's injury from 2013, where she had a rod inserted, which is what I was going to have in 1999, just before he fell off his roof. So
yeah, terrible.
So there we go. That's
given that you were in that situation, then, and given that he was aroused when he fell off the roof, and given that rigor mortis will have kicked in, were you tempted to have a quick go on him anyway before the emergency services arrived?
Well, I was quite tempted, but when I did go back later on after Mr. Lemon had gone home and gone to sleep with that intention, but the fact that Emu was wrapped round his codpiece really put me off.
Oh, well, it would, yeah. Was Jeanette Cranky anywhere in evidence?
No, but I suspect that she was around and Scarford at the same time for the same reason as me. So,
Yeah.
she's been, as you know, she's been very quiet all these years. And I will say, Jeanette Cranky, if you are watching, you might want to consider ringing in next week for Confessions with the Reverend Boaty.
Yes.
You might want to consider that.
Good point. And I would be sympathetic, because if I'd spent 30 years with Rod Hull's hand up my arse, I would have been jolly annoyed too.
Yeah, so yeah, I think she should call in to confess.
Yeah.
And
Captain Boaty's fisting confessions.
Captain Boaty,
I'm
you're
getting
confusing.
confused. It's that time of night.
You're confusing yourself with mustard.
We did a video today where we swapped personalities, and I was him and he was me. And now I'm just. It's got to that stage of the night where I'm not really sure what's going on. I know that I went out today. I know I've come back in a different car that I've never driven before, and the last few hours have just been a bit of a. And I know that I need to eat curry and sleep, but I'm not really sure what's going on at the moment. To be honest.
I think that the Monday Night Live has a tendency to do that to somebody.
Well, it's certainly done it to me.
You were complete before you started doing these co-hosting Monday Night Lives with me. You were a sane person, weren't you, Boaty?
Well, relatively.
Have I driven you astray?
Everything's relative, isn't it?
Oh, and then when I tune in on a Tuesday, you look so like calm and serene and sensible.
I know. I'm also knackered on a Monday. I'm knackered. Mondays were always really difficult because I'm knackered after the weekend anyway. And then I have, the day that I should be resting and doing nothing, I drive to the arse end of nowhere in the north, and then do my longest live stream of the week. So I never know who I am or where I am, or I've not got a clue what's going on.
Are you off? Did you say? Sorry, I interrupted you. Go on.
No, that's it. I finished.
I was just going to say, did you say that you're off on a Wales trip next Monday?
I don't think it's going to happen.
I was just wondering if the live was going to be like still on, and well, if you out of interest.
Yeah. No. If it happens, it will be to take some of my colleagues from the restaurant to go and buy 1 or 2 or 3 static caravans at a holiday park in Wales that I've set up, but I don't think it's suitable for them, and I'm trying to talk them out of it.
I'm considering purchasing either some chalets or caravan or something, because I soon might be able to afford to do something like that. So I've been looking into that sort of thing as well, but I don't know whether it's something that would be financially, is it something that would bring me an income over time, or would it like depreciate and I would end up penniless with a caravan that's in bits?
Ask Neil. It's an incredible income. It's an incredible income, but you do need to put a modicum of effort into it, and that's what I can't get across to these guys. They were asking me about it because Chinese Madam was doing that, and so they've been asking me about it non-stop. So I gave them all the figures, and I gave them the investment costs, and I showed them like a minimum return on investment. And they're saying, well, this is amazing. Of course, we want to do this. But they don't understand how it works. And because of a language barrier, I can't fully explain it. Now, what they do is they buy a house, like a house, however much it costs, £300,000, whatever. And they go to a letting agent, and letting agents do a deal now where they say that, we will arrange the renting out of your house, and we will guarantee that you get paid a guaranteed rent 52 weeks of the year, and they can do that because housing is in limited supply. So there's always going to be somebody that wants to rent a house. And it's brilliant for the letting agents because they say, because we are guaranteeing you this rent, you don't get market rent. So if your house is worth £1,000 a month, we will only give you £850 a month. And the people say, okay, brilliant, it's guaranteed, I'm safe. And they take it. And the letting agents, who of course have got a waiting list for 100 people for the house, get an extra 150 quid a month. And they think that they can do the same with static caravans. And I've kept trying to explain to them, no, it doesn't work like that. I found them a park which will do fully managed subletting. A lot of parks won't allow subletting. I've managed to find a park with 3 caravans for sale, and they do fully managed subletting. So in other words, they will do the marketing, they provide the company to do the changeovers. You never need to go there. But they will not guarantee that your caravan will be let 52 weeks of the year, or 48 weeks of the year, or 42 weeks of the year, which is the amount of time the park is open. And obviously they're not going to do that. If they could do that, they would just own the caravan themselves and take all of the money. So what they will do as a park is they will let their own caravans, and when they get an inquiry for a caravan and they don't have one free, then they will pass it on to one of their clients. And that's the way it works. And that's fine. And you back it up by having your own marketing on a website or on a Facebook page. And you also let your caravan yourself. And it works brilliantly well. So, for example, to give you a rough idea, you can buy an entry-level static caravan for about £20,000. You'll get your first, there'll be £4,000 a year site fees. You'll get your first year free. But then to give you an idea, you can probably let that caravan during the 6 weeks of the summer holidays for £1,000 per week. So in that 6 weeks alone, you're going to get £6,000 back on a 20 grand investment. And then you've got all of the other weeks of the year where you're going to get, anywhere between £300 and £800 per week. And then multiply that over a number of years. Bear in mind that your static caravan has still got a residual value, and it's basically a license to print money. But you can't. I can't get this across to them at work. Nobody is going to. I don't know how to say it. Nobody's just going to give you a guaranteed income like that with no headache for you yourself. That's not how life works. So, so they want to go ahead, and I'm trying to tell them now that no, look, this isn't for you. You don't understand how it works, and you're just going to, it's going to be ridiculous. They're going to go and try and buy 3 caravans for 60 to 80,000 quid. And demand that the park gives them a guaranteed income per month. It's mad.
Yeah, and you don't want them to go ahead and do that and then be not understanding what to do and feel like, they've made a mistake.
I mean, I've told them that if they want to go ahead and do it, that I will manage it for them. I will manage the bookings. But they can't get out of their heads that that there is no guaranteed income. Well, I said, look, you guys run restaurants. Go and buy a restaurant or go and buy a hotel and try and go to an agency and get a guaranteed income from it. It's not how it works. It's not how business works. And they're also saying, well, the caravan will be going down in value. Well, yeah, it will, but you're going to pay £20,000 for a caravan. You're going to earn about £15,000 from it in year 1 and in year 2 and in year 3, and it's still going to be worth something in year 4. But I can't be arsed with it.
Well, it's just something. I'll have to speak to Neil, like you said, because I'm just trying to decide what to do with some fun, some spare cash I've got, basically. I don't want it to just disappear. I want to invest it somehow. And I was wondering about letting a chalet or caravan, but I mean, it's just something I'm in the thinking about stage at the moment.
I've got friends who do it as well, and as I say, it's something that Chinese Madam went to, and it's a brilliant lifestyle business. It's a totally, it's a very, not totally, but it's a very safe investment. It's something that you could easily manage yourself. If you do it on the right park, then you don't, all you need to worry about is just a little bit of marketing. You'll get teams to go in and do the cleaning and the changeovers and all of that. The parks are brilliant. They will work with you. I've got parks that I've worked with other people, and they're amazing. And it's a really, really, really good return on investment. It's not huge amounts, but if you just wanted to earn an easy, safe £10,000 a year, then you can't go wrong. And for some people, 10 grand is a worthwhile side hustle,
Well, you don't get that by just sticking your money in a bank account, do you? So
it's 200 quid a week. It's 200 quid a week. And for some, obviously for the guys that I'm working with, that's neither here nor there. But for a lot of people that I know, 200 quid a week extra would be quite significant.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, well, that's what I thought. I thought, if I want to look for some sort of work that I can do, or income I can have while I can't actually go, get a proper job at the moment for personal reasons. So I'm trying to think of income ways to get income while I can't work, and it's something that then when I am in a position to get employment, it can still continue. But it's obviously something I'll have to think about. And I noticed that me and you are sitting here having conversation about caravans while everyone else is still there in the chat. So are we going to go and see if anybody's saying anything there, or anything interesting there, or are we going to ignore the chat?
Whiz through the comments and then let's bugger off, because I need cutting and sleeping.
Oh my god, I have just noticed one of the final comments is that Matron has put some clothes on. So it must be time to come to an end if Matron's getting dressed. Well, I don't know where we were up to in the comments. I think they've just been rolling on while we've been chatting. People were saying good night. Sherry said, who won that Studley Award? Here we go. We got to about here. Peter P says wannabe mustard, and Matron said combulation. Loving this. Oh, sorry, combobulation. And she also said, "Oh, another Trump. Did you do another fart?" She keeps on saying that you're letting off wind. Serious contenders for next Monday's squeak. Mustard's going to have to step up his game. John Stubby says, "Good night, chat. Good night, Emma and Boaty, mate." Andrew Buttigieg says, "Night, night" to John. Matron says, "I have a cat on my keyboard again. I hope he doesn't start pressing buttons and sending mad stuff off to the internet." And John Stubby says, "Good night to people." Pocahontas 100 says, "Night, night, everyone. Have a good night and a better tomorrow."
Happy birthday.
Saying good night. Happy day after your birthday, Pocahontas. Project Nigel, pardon me, excuse me if you heard that. I was burping, not farting. Says, "Hello, dangerous kangaroos." What did he say? Hello? He said hello hours ago. Or was there something else that was going on there that I didn't know about?
He buggers off and then comes back and reintroduces himself.
Okay. Matron saying, "Hello again, you exploding wallaby, Project Nigel." Peter P says, "Hi, possum." Andrew Buttigieg says, "Hello, fuzzy Echidna.
No
Andrew
idea.
Buttigieg, platypus. Matron says, "Did you finish an edit tonight, Project Nigel?" No. Mighty Quinn says, "You're better off with flats, Emma." No, I'm not, Jimmy Quinn. I'm not going to explain on air the whole situation, but no, I'm not better off with flats.
You can't buy a flat for 20,000 quid.
That's another reason, in fact, yes. Although actually, you might be able to in certain parts of the northeast. Because I know when I was living in the northeast, you could actually buy like a 3-bedroom house for about £12,000. It wasn't a very desirable area though. And Andrew Buttigieg says, "Breezy bum." Final comment in the chat.
On that note, let us say good night. So thank you to everybody who has watched and contributed in any way, shape or form. Thank you to my amazing co-host and mentor, the M11.
Thank you both. I thought you were going to say and mental something. Mental patient.
I've lost Bruce.
Oh my god, he's buggered off now. He's been waiting so long, he's got bored.
I know.
He's got
Oh, fucking hell.
No swearing.
Oh, sorry, did you hear that?
Yes. My sensitive ears.
I can't get him back. Oh, I've got him. Okay, say good night. Let's go.
Good night, everybody. Thanks for watching and bearing with the technical difficulties. As Boaty said, thank you for joining in with all the features, and I'm glad you enjoyed the new jingles. And I will be back on Monday next week on the Monday Night Live. But if you want a bit of me before then, you could always, in fact, in 5 minutes' time, check out my video on the not on Emma Lemon. This is Disinterested Car Girl, my new YouTube channel. There's a 4 or 5 minute video I uploaded today, so you could go and check that out. But in the meantime, have a fantastic night, and I will see you next Monday.
Cheer up, cheer up. Everybody loves a happy face. Wear it, share it. It'll brighten up the darkest place. Twinkle, sparkle, a little sunshine in. You'll be on the right side, looking at the bright side up with your chinny chin chin. Cheer up, cheer up. Put a little laughter in your eyes. Brave it, save it, even if you're feeling otherwise. Rise up, wise up, let a little smile begin. You'll be happy-hearted once you get it started. Up with your chinny chin chin. Now come on, everybody, chin up. I said chin there. Yes, yes, I can see you've got a problem. Yes, I know that. Yes, double trouble. Yes. I wasn't being sarcastic. How can I be sarcastic with the chin I've got? Look at it. 2.5 hundred weight to skin and bone. I'm not the president of the Pelican Club for nothing, you know. So look, if I can lift this, you can lift yours too. All right then? Stick it in the air and wave it about. Oh, cheer up, cheer up. Everybody loves a happy face. Wear it, share it. It'll brighten up the darkest place. Twinkle, sparkle, let a little sunshine in. You'll be on the right side, looking at the bright side. Up with your chinny chin chin. Chin down, will get you down and turn round, starting cloud and think. Sad to trouble, double think. Glad they burst like bubbles. Chin up, chin up. Every little time your spirits will chin up, chin up. Give your attitude an upward tilt. Twinkle, sparkle, let a little fun begin. You'll be on the right side, looking at the bright side. Up with your chinny chin chin. You'll be on the right side, looking at the bright side. Up, keep your chinny chin up.
And how can you top that? Darlings, thank you so much for watching. It's been absolutely wonderful. Thank you again to M11. Thank you to everybody who contributed. A massive thank you to Matron and Mary Huff Management for keeping a controlling eye over all of this. And Emil and I will see you next Monday. So don't forget, check out tricky chaps words. Check out Disinterested Car Girl on YouTube. I will be back tomorrow night with no doubt Emil's in the chat. But please, above all, come back, join us again next Monday. And look in on the Facebook group, Boaty's World, where we will be setting up all of next Monday in the week ahead. So it's good night from me.
Sorry, I was muted. And it's good night from me.
Well done. You got there in the end. All right, darlings. Much love from all of us. Have a safe and peaceful night. Have the best day and the best week that you possibly can. Take joy wherever you can from it. And take care of yourselves. And if you've got anybody that you love or who loves you, take care of them as well. All right. See you next week.
Bye, guys.
But you and indeed.
Bosh.
Oh, yeah.